Fashion culture of the 90s and its change in time. The 1990s were a time of significant cultural change and upheaval, and the fashion of the era reflected this sense of transformation and experimentation. The early part of the decade was characterized by a continuation of the trends of the 1980s, with oversized blazers, shoulder pads, and neon colors remaining popular. However, as the decade progressed, fashion began to shift towards a more minimalist and understated aesthetic. The rise of grunge music and the popularity of alternative subcultures, such as the rave scene and hip-hop culture, had a major influence on fashion, with ripped jeans, flannel shirts, and combat boots becoming popular among young people. At the same time, the fashion industry began to embrace diversity and inclusivity in a way that had not been seen before. Supermodels such as Naomi Campbell and Cindy Crawford paved the way for models of color to gain greater visibility and representation in the fashion world, and designers such as Jean-Paul Gaultier and Vivienne Westwood embraced gender-bending and androgynous styles. The fashion of the 1990s was also heavily influenced by popular culture, with television shows such as Friends and Sex and the City having a significant impact on fashion trends. The preppy, tailored looks of Friends character Rachel Green and the bold, eclectic styles of Sex and the City character Carrie Bradshaw became major inspirations for many young women. As the 1990s came to a close and the new millennium began, fashion began to shift once again. The rise of the internet and digital media had a major impact on the way that fashion was consumed and marketed, with online shopping and social media becoming increasingly important. The influence of high-profile celebrities such as Beyoncé, Rihanna, and Kim Kardashian also had a major impact on fashion trends, with their bold and daring looks inspiring a new generation of fashion enthusiasts. Today, the fashion of the 1990s continues to influence and inspire designers and fashion lovers alike. The minimalist aesthetic, grunge-inspired looks, and emphasis on diversity and inclusivity have all remained relevant and continue to shape the fashion of today. However, the industry continues to evolve and change, with new technologies and emerging subcultures pushing fashion in new and exciting directions. As we move further into the 21st century, it will be interesting to see how fashion continues to adapt and reflect the changing cultural landscape. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of interest in the fashion of the 1990s, with designers and fashion lovers alike looking back to the era for inspiration. The minimalist aesthetic and understated elegance of the decade has become particularly popular, with many designers incorporating clean lines, neutral colors, and simple silhouettes into their collections. At the same time, there has been a renewed emphasis on sustainability and ethical fashion, with many designers and brands working to reduce their environmental impact and promote ethical labor practices. This focus on sustainability has led to a renewed interest in vintage and second-hand fashion, with many fashion enthusiasts embracing the idea of repurposing and upcycling old garments. In terms of popular culture, social media has become an increasingly important platform for fashion, with influencers and celebrities using platforms such as Instagram and TikTok to showcase their personal style and promote brands. The rise of streetwear and athleisure has also had a major impact on fashion, with sportswear-inspired looks becoming increasingly popular and blurring the lines between high fashion and casual wear. One major trend that has emerged in recent years is the increased focus on inclusivity and diversity in the fashion industry. This has been driven in part by a growing awareness of issues such as body positivity, size inclusivity, and representation of marginalized groups. Many designers and brands have responded to this by featuring models of different sizes, ages, and ethnicities in their runway shows and advertising campaigns, and by offering a wider range of sizes and styles to cater to diverse customer needs. Another trend that has emerged is the growing importance of sustainability and ethical fashion. With the fashion industry being one of the largest polluters in the world, many designers and brands have recognized the need to reduce their environmental impact and promote sustainable and ethical practices throughout their supply chains. This has led to a growing interest in materials such as recycled fabrics, organic cotton, and biodegradable fibers, as well as a focus on reducing waste and using environmentally friendly production methods. The rise of social media has also had a significant impact on the fashion industry, with platforms such as Instagram and TikTok playing a major role in shaping trends and influencing consumer behavior. Influencers and celebrities have become powerful voices in the industry, with their personal style and endorsement of certain brands having a major impact on consumer choices. The pandemic has also had a significant impact on the fashion industry, with many designers and brands pivoting to focus on more comfortable and casual styles that cater to the needs of consumers who are spending more time at home. The pandemic has also accelerated the shift towards e-commerce and digital marketing, with many brands investing heavily in online platforms and virtual shopping experiences. Overall, the fashion industry continues to evolve and change, driven by a wide range of factors including cultural shifts, emerging technologies, and changing consumer needs and preferences. While some trends may come and go, the industry will continue to be a major force in the global economy and a powerful expression of creativity and self-expression. One trend that has become increasingly popular in recent years is the idea of slow fashion. This concept emphasizes the importance of buying high-quality, timeless pieces that are designed to last, rather than constantly buying cheap, disposable clothing that contributes to the cycle of fast fashion. Slow fashion is about investing in pieces that will be worn for years to come, and supporting brands and designers who prioritize sustainability and ethical practices. Another trend that has emerged is the growing interest in vintage and second-hand fashion. As consumers become more aware of the environmental impact of the fashion industry, many are turning to vintage and second-hand clothing as a way to reduce waste and lower their carbon footprint. Vintage clothing is also seen as a way to express individuality and stand out from the crowd, with unique and one-of-a-kind pieces that can't be found in mainstream retail stores. In addition to sustainability and individuality, there has been a growing emphasis on comfort in fashion in recent years. With many people spending more time at home due to the pandemic, comfortable and functional clothing has become increasingly popular. Loungewear, athleisure, and casual styles have all seen a surge in popularity, with many designers and brands creating pieces that are both stylish and comfortable. The ongoing conversation around diversity and inclusion in the fashion industry has also led to a renewed interest in traditional clothing from different cultures around the world. Many designers and brands are incorporating traditional fabrics, patterns, and techniques into their collections, and collaborating with artisans and craftspeople from different communities. This trend celebrates the beauty and richness of different cultural traditions, and promotes a more inclusive and respectful fashion industry. As the fashion industry continues to evolve, it is clear that sustainability, individuality, and inclusivity will be key drivers of change. Consumers are becoming more conscious of the impact of their fashion choices and are demanding more transparency and accountability from brands and designers. The evolution of the low-priced fashion market and its influence on the fashion industry. Factors driving the growth of the low-cost fashion market and its influence on manufacturers' and consumers' consumption. The development of the fast fashion industry has been one of the most significant trends in the fashion industry over the past few decades. This market is characterized by the production of low-cost, trendy clothing that is designed to be sold quickly and replaced frequently. This trend has been driven by a number of factors, including advances in technology that have made production faster and cheaper, the globalization of supply chains, and the growing demand from consumers for affordable fashion. One of the key drivers of the fast fashion industry has been the rise of e-commerce and online shopping. Online retailers have made it easier than ever for consumers to access affordable fashion, with fast and free shipping and a wide range of options to choose from. This has led to a growing demand for low-cost clothing that can be purchased quickly and easily online. Another factor that has contributed to the growth of the fast fashion industry is the globalization of supply chains. With production and labor costs much lower in developing countries, many fast fashion retailers have moved their production facilities to countries such as Bangladesh, India, and China. This has enabled them to produce clothing at a much lower cost and sell it at a lower price point. The fast fashion industry has had a significant impact on both producers and consumers. On the one hand, it has led to increased profits and growth for many fashion retailers, and has created new jobs and economic opportunities in developing countries. On the other hand, it has also led to concerns about labor practices and environmental sustainability, with many critics arguing that the industry is exploitative and unsustainable. For consumers, the fast fashion industry has made fashion more affordable and accessible than ever before. However, it has also led to concerns about the quality and durability of clothing, with many fast fashion items being produced quickly and cheaply, and not designed to last. This has led to concerns about waste and the environmental impact of the fashion industry, with many consumers turning to sustainable and ethical fashion alternatives. The fast fashion industry has also had a significant impact on traditional fashion retailers and designers, many of whom have struggled to keep up with the demand for low-cost clothing. As consumers have shifted their buying habits towards fast fashion, traditional retailers have been forced to adapt, with many investing in e-commerce and online sales to compete with fast fashion retailers. At the same time, many independent designers have struggled to compete with the low prices and fast production times of fast fashion, leading to concerns about the future of the industry. In response to these challenges, many designers and retailers have started to embrace sustainable and ethical fashion practices, including the use of eco-friendly materials and the adoption of circular fashion models that promote a more sustainable approach to production and consumption. Some brands have also started to experiment with new business models, such as rental and subscription services, to reduce waste and promote more sustainable consumption habits. Despite these efforts, the fast fashion industry continues to dominate the global fashion market, with many consumers still drawn to the low prices and trendy designs offered by fast fashion retailers. However, there are signs that consumer attitudes are changing, with growing awareness of the social and environmental impacts of fast fashion leading to a rise in demand for sustainable and ethical alternatives. Ultimately, the future of the fashion industry will depend on its ability to balance the demand for affordable, trendy clothing with a need for more sustainable and ethical practices. As technology continues to evolve and consumer attitudes continue to shift, it will be interesting to see how the industry responds to these challenges and works to create a more equitable and sustainable fashion industry for all. One of the significant impacts of the fast fashion industry is the exploitation of labor in developing countries, where many clothing items are produced. Many workers in these countries are paid low wages and work long hours in poor conditions, leading to concerns about human rights abuses and exploitation. In response, some brands have started to prioritize ethical labor practices, including fair wages and safe working conditions for their workers. Another challenge posed by the fast fashion industry is the environmental impact of clothing production and waste. Fast fashion relies on cheap, synthetic materials that are not biodegradable and often end up in landfills or oceans. Additionally, the fast production times and low quality of many fast fashion items mean that clothing is frequently discarded after just a few wears, leading to an enormous amount of waste. To address these concerns, some designers and retailers have embraced sustainable and eco-friendly materials. And many have started to invest in circular fashion models that promote recycling and reuse. The rise of the fast fashion industry has also had an impact on the cultural value of fashion. With new trends and styles emerging at an increasingly rapid pace, the fashion industry has become more disposable. With clothing viewed as a temporary expression of style rather than a long-term investment. This has led to concerns about the impact of fast fashion on traditional fashion values, including craftsmanship and quality. Despite these challenges, the fast fashion industry is likely to continue to play a significant role in the fashion industry for the foreseeable future. As consumers continue to demand affordable, trendy clothing, fast fashion retailers will remain a popular choice. However, there is also growing awareness of the social and environmental impacts of fast fashion, leading to a rise in demand for sustainable and ethical alternatives. As the fashion industry continues to evolve, it will be essential to balance the demand for affordability and trendiness with the need for sustainability and ethical practices, and to ensure that fashion remains an expression of creativity and cultural values, rather than a disposable commodity. To address the social and environmental challenges posed by fast fashion, many governments, NGOs, and industry organizations have started to advocate for more sustainable and ethical fashion practices. In the European Union, for example, the Green Deal includes a commitment to creating a more circular fashion industry, with a focus on reducing waste and promoting sustainable production and consumption. In the United States, several organizations, including the Sustainable Apparel Coalition, have been formed to promote sustainable and ethical fashion practices among retailers and manufacturers. In addition to these industry-wide efforts, consumers can also play a significant role in promoting sustainability and ethical fashion practices. By choosing to support brands that prioritize sustainability and ethical labor practices, consumers can help drive demand for more responsible fashion practices. Additionally, consumers can reduce their own environmental impact by choosing to buy secondhand clothing or by recycling and donating old clothing rather than throwing it away. As the fashion industry continues to evolve, it will be essential to balance the demand for affordability and trendiness with the need for sustainability and ethical practices. By prioritizing responsible fashion practices, the industry can help protect the environment, promote ethical labor practices. The importance of color in 90s fashion. Color is an essential element in the world of fashion, and the 1990s were no exception. The 90s were characterized by a range of bold and bright colors, as well as subdued and muted tones, that were incorporated into every aspect of fashion. From clothing to accessories, the colors of the 90s were a reflection of the era's cultural and social influences. One of the most prominent colors of the 90s was neon. Neon colors, such as fluorescent yellow, green, pink, and orange, were seen everywhere in the fashion world. These colors were inspired by the bright lights of the city and the nightlife that defined the decade. From neon bodysuits to neon accessories, these colors added an edgy and modern vibe to fashion. Another popular color of the 90s was black. The grunge movement that emerged in the early 90s popularized black clothing, which was worn as a symbol of rebellion and nonconformity. Black clothing was often paired with combat boots, leather jackets, and silver jewelry, creating a distinct and edgy look. This trend was further popularized by musicians such as Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden. Alongside neon and black, pastel colors were also a significant trend in the 90s. Soft shades of pink, blue, and lavender were popular in both men's and women's fashion. Pastel colors were often used to create a more feminine and delicate look, and they were incorporated into everything from dresses to shoes. The use of color was not limited to clothing in the 90s. Accessories, such as sunglasses, watches, and jewelry, were also a significant part of the fashion scene. Colorful sunglasses, in particular, were a popular accessory, with brands like Oakley and Ray-Ban releasing a range of brightly colored frames. The importance of color in 90s fashion was not just limited to the clothes and accessories themselves but also extended to the way they were styled. Mixing and matching colors was a significant trend of the decade, with bright and bold colors often paired together in unexpected ways. This trend was further popularized by pop icons like Madonna and the Spice Girls. The use of color in 90s fashion was not just a reflection of the cultural and social influences of the decade, but it also had a significant impact on the fashion industry itself. The introduction of new and vibrant colors into fashion allowed for more experimentation and creativity, as designers were no longer limited to a specific color palette. Furthermore, the use of color in 90s fashion was also influenced by advancements in technology and the entertainment industry. The rise of music videos and pop culture icons, such as Michael Jackson and Madonna, had a significant impact on fashion and inspired new trends and styles. Music videos, in particular, were instrumental in popularizing certain colors and fashion styles. For example, the music video for Michael Jackson's Thriller featured the singer wearing a red leather jacket, which became a highly sought-after fashion item. Similarly, Madonna's iconic Material Girl music video showcased the singer wearing a pink dress and diamonds, which helped to popularize the use of pink in fashion. In addition, the emergence of new technologies, such as computer graphics and digital printing, allowed for more intricate and vibrant colors to be used in fashion. This led to the development of bold and complex patterns, such as geometric prints and tie-dye, which were popularized in the 90s. Moreover, color played a significant role in defining the subcultures of the 90s. For instance, the rave culture of the 90s was characterized by bright and fluorescent colors, which were often worn as a form of self-expression and individuality. Similarly, the punk and grunge movements were associated with darker colors, such as black and dark green, which reflected the rebellious and anti-establishment attitudes of the subculture. The importance of color in 90s fashion is still evident today, with many designers and brands continuing to draw inspiration from the decade's use of bold and bright colors. The 90s revival trend has also seen a resurgence in the popularity of neon and pastel shades, as well as the mixing and matching of colors. In addition to its impact on fashion, the use of color in the 90s also influenced the beauty industry. Bright and bold makeup colors, such as blue eyeshadow and dark lipstick, were popular in the 90s and became a defining feature of the era's beauty trends. The grunge movement, in particular, popularized the use of dark and moody makeup, with black eyeliner and dark lipstick becoming a staple of the look. The importance of color in 90s fashion also extended to the world of interior design. The 90s saw a resurgence in the popularity of bold and vibrant colors in home decor, with bright hues used to create an energetic and lively atmosphere. The use of pastel shades, on the other hand, was popular in creating a more relaxed and calming environment. Moreover, the use of color in 90s fashion reflected the changing attitudes towards gender and sexuality. The androgynous fashion trend, which emerged in the 90s, was characterized by the blurring of gender lines and the use of unisex clothing. This trend was often associated with a more subdued color palette, with neutral shades such as beige, gray, and black being favored over bright and bold colors. Furthermore, the use of color in 90s fashion was not limited to Western fashion. In Asia, the 90s saw the rise of K-pop and J-pop, which heavily influenced fashion trends in the region. Bright and bold colors were popular in Korean and Japanese fashion, with pastel shades and colorful patterns being favored in streetwear and casual clothing. Another aspect of the importance of color in 90s fashion was its influence on global culture. The use of bold and bright colors in fashion helped to define the aesthetics of the decade, which was reflected in movies, music, and other forms of popular culture. The visual language of the 90s, with its neon lights, graphic designs, and colorful patterns, became a defining feature of the era. Moreover, the use of color in 90s fashion was also influenced by the environmental movement of the time. The eco-friendly movement in fashion encouraged the use of natural and organic dyes, which led to the development of muted and earthy tones in clothing. This trend towards sustainable fashion continues to this day, with many designers and brands emphasizing the importance of eco-conscious materials and processes. Furthermore, the use of color in 90s fashion also reflected the changing attitudes towards race and ethnicity. The 90s saw a greater appreciation and celebration of cultural diversity, which was reflected in fashion trends. For example, the use of traditional African fabrics, such as wax prints and kente cloth, became popular in the 90s and continues to be a part of contemporary fashion. Additionally, the use of color in 90s fashion also had a significant impact on the world of sports. The vibrant colors and bold designs of 90s fashion were reflected in sports uniforms and gear, with neon and bright colors being used in athletic wear. The popularity of basketball and its stars, such as Michael Jordan, helped to popularize this trend, with many basketball teams adopting bright and bold colors in their uniforms. Furthermore, the use of color in 90s fashion also had a significant impact on the advertising industry. Levi's is a brand that has become synonymous with denim jeans, and its story is one of perseverance, innovation, and success. The brand's journey began in the mid-1800s when its founder, Levi Strauss, moved to San Francisco to join his brother's dry goods business. It was here that Strauss recognized a need for durable workwear that could withstand the harsh conditions of mining work in California. In 1873, Strauss partnered with a tailor named Jacob Davis to create a new type of work pant made from denim fabric and reinforced with copper rivets. The design was an immediate success with workers and was soon patented under the name waist overalls, which later became known as blue jeans. The Levi's brand was born, and it quickly became the go-to brand for quality and durability. The popularity of Levi's jeans continued to grow over the next few decades, and the brand began to expand its offerings. In the 1930s, Levi's introduced its first women's jeans, which were designed to provide comfortable and durable workwear for women. The brand continued to innovate, introducing new styles, fabrics, and finishes to meet the changing needs of its customers. During World War II, Levi's jeans were worn by American soldiers, who appreciated their durability and comfort. After the war, the brand's popularity continued to grow, and Levi's became a symbol of American style and culture. The brand's popularity was further solidified in the 1950s, with the emergence of youth culture and rebellion. Young people wore Levi's jeans as a sign of individuality and nonconformity. In the 1960s and 70s, Levi's jeans continued to be associated with youth culture and rebellion. The brand introduced new styles, such as the 501, which became a cultural icon. Levi's jeans were worn by rock stars, artists, and activists, further cementing the brand's place in popular culture. In the 1980s and 90s, Levi's jeans became a staple of mainstream fashion. The brand expanded its offerings, introducing new fits, finishes, and colors to meet the changing tastes of its customers. However, the brand also faced increasing competition from other denim brands, and its sales began to decline. In response, Levi's focused on revitalizing its brand and reconnecting with its core values. The brand introduced new marketing campaigns and collaborations, such as the Live Unbuttoned campaign and the Levi's X Air Jordan collection. The brand also embraced sustainability, introducing eco-friendly materials and production processes to reduce its environmental impact. Today, Levi's is a global brand that is synonymous with quality, durability, and style. Its jeans are worn by people of all ages and backgrounds around the world, and the brand continues to innovate and evolve. The brand's commitment to quality and sustainability has ensured its longevity, and its iconic status in popular culture has made it a timeless classic. In recent years, Levi's has continued to evolve and adapt to changing trends and consumer demands. The brand has expanded beyond jeans, introducing new products such as jackets, shirts, and accessories. The brand's emphasis on quality, durability, and sustainability has resonated with consumers, and Levi's has become a leader in the fashion industry. One of the brand's key initiatives in recent years has been its focus on sustainability. Levi's has introduced a range of eco-friendly materials, such as organic cotton and recycled polyester, and has implemented more sustainable production processes. The brand has also launched a range of initiatives to reduce waste, including a program that repurposes used denim into insulation for homes. In addition to its sustainability efforts, Levi's has also embraced technology to enhance the customer experience. The brand has introduced virtual try-on technology, which allows customers to try on clothes virtually using their smartphones, and has launched a mobile app that provides personalized recommendations based on a customer's preferences and shopping history. Levi's has also continued to collaborate with other brands and designers, further expanding its reach and influence. The brand has collaborated with artists such as Shepard Fairey and musicians such as Justin Timberlake and J Balvin, creating limited edition collections that blend style and artistry. Levi's has also been a pioneer in advocating for social causes and using its platform to make a positive impact on society. In 1982, the brand established the Levi Strauss Foundation, which has provided over $300 million in grants to support various social causes, including HIV/AIDS research, immigrant rights, and disaster relief efforts. Moreover, Levi's has been vocal in supporting LGBTQ+ rights and has been recognized for its efforts to promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace. In 1992, the brand became the first Fortune 500 company to offer health benefits to same-sex domestic partners. And it has since continued to advocate for LGBTQ+ rights through various initiatives and partnerships. Levi's has also been a leader in promoting responsible business practices and ethical sourcing. The brand has implemented a number of initiatives to ensure that its products are produced in a responsible and ethical manner, including a program that supports sustainable cotton farming and a code of conduct that outlines its standards for fair labor practices and environmental sustainability. Furthermore, Levi's has also used its influence to raise awareness about important social issues, such as gun violence prevention and climate change. The brand has partnered with organizations such as Everytown for Gun Safety and the United Nations Climate Change Secretariat to promote social and environmental awareness and to encourage positive action. Levi's has also been a major player in the music industry, with its brand and products appearing in numerous music videos, concerts, and festivals. The brand's connection to music can be traced back to the 1950s, when Levi's jeans were worn by rock and roll stars such as Elvis Presley and Buddy Holly. In the decades that followed, Levi's became a staple of music culture, with musicians and fans alike donning the iconic denim jeans. The brand has also partnered with musicians and music festivals to promote its products and values. In 2016, Levi's launched a partnership with the Coachella Music Festival, which included a pop-up shop and a range of exclusive merchandise. The brand has also worked with musicians such as Snoop Dogg, Alicia Keys, and Solange Knowles on various projects and campaigns. Levi's has also been at the forefront of digital marketing and e-commerce, leveraging technology to connect with consumers and enhance their shopping experience. The brand has launched a range of digital initiatives, including a mobile app that provides personalized recommendations and a virtual stylist that offers fashion advice and inspiration. Moreover, Levi's has also embraced social media as a platform for marketing and engagement. The brand has a significant presence on social media, with millions of followers across various platforms. Levi's has also launched numerous campaigns on social media, such as its #LiveInLevi's campaign, which encourages consumers to share photos and stories about how they wear and live in their Levi's jeans. Change in the fashion industry sales channel, the influence of online shopping and new sales channels on the fashion industry. The fashion industry has undergone significant changes in recent years, particularly in the way it sells its products. With the rise of e-commerce and new retail channels, the traditional brick-and-mortar stores are no longer the only option for consumers. This shift has had a profound impact on the fashion industry, with both positive and negative consequences. One of the most significant changes in the industry has been the rise of online shopping. The growth of e-commerce has transformed the way consumers shop for clothing, offering a convenient and accessible alternative to traditional brick-and-mortar stores. Online shopping has also enabled consumers to access a wider range of products and brands, regardless of their location. This has increased competition in the industry, forcing brands to differentiate themselves and offer unique value propositions to attract and retain customers. Moreover, social media platforms have emerged as a powerful tool for fashion brands to connect with consumers and promote their products. Social media has enabled brands to reach new audiences and engage with existing customers in innovative ways, such as influencer marketing and user-generated content. This has allowed fashion brands to create more personalized and authentic experiences for their customers, thereby enhancing brand loyalty and advocacy. However, the rise of e-commerce and social media has also posed challenges for the fashion industry. One of the biggest challenges has been the proliferation of counterfeit products and fraud in online marketplaces. This has undermined consumer trust in online shopping and forced brands to invest in anti-counterfeiting measures to protect their intellectual property and reputation. Additionally, the rise of fast fashion and online shopping has also had negative consequences for the environment and social justice. The fast fashion model, characterized by cheap and disposable clothing produced at high volumes, has contributed to environmental degradation and exploitation of labor in the supply chain. The convenience and accessibility of online shopping have also encouraged excessive consumption and waste, exacerbating these issues. Furthermore, the emergence of new retail channels, such as pop-up shops and subscription services, has added complexity to the fashion industry's sales and distribution models. Brands must navigate these new channels while maintaining consistency in their brand messaging and product offerings. In response to these challenges, many fashion brands are adopting more sustainable and ethical practices. Particularly in the wake of growing consumer awareness and demand for environmentally friendly and socially responsible products. Brands are investing in more sustainable materials and production processes, such as organic cotton, recycled fabrics, and low-impact dyeing techniques. Additionally, they are implementing more ethical labor practices, such as fair wages and safe working conditions for workers in their supply chains. Moreover, many fashion brands are embracing the potential of technology to improve the sustainability and efficiency of their operations. For instance, artificial intelligence and big data analytics are being used to optimize production processes and reduce waste. Additionally, blockchain technology is being used to improve transparency and traceability in the supply chain, ensuring that materials are sourced responsibly and workers are treated fairly. In terms of retail channels, brands are also experimenting with new models that prioritize sustainability and customer experience. For example, some brands are introducing rental and resale services, allowing customers to rent or resell clothing items instead of purchasing new ones. These models not only promote more responsible consumption but also offer a more affordable and flexible option for customers. Another trend that has emerged in the fashion industry is the use of augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, technology to enhance the customer experience. AR and VR allow customers to try on clothing virtually and see how it fits and looks without actually trying it on in a physical store. This technology has the potential to revolutionize the way consumers shop for clothing, offering a more personalized and convenient experience that can increase sales and reduce returns. Additionally, social media has become an increasingly important tool for fashion brands to connect with consumers and promote their products. Brands are leveraging social media platforms to engage with consumers and build brand loyalty through influencer marketing, user-generated content, and shoppable posts. Social media has also become a platform for consumers to express their opinions and hold brands accountable for their actions, particularly in regards to social and environmental issues. Furthermore, the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the shift towards e-commerce and digital channels in the fashion industry. With brick-and-mortar stores forced to close or limit capacity, brands have had to rely more heavily on online sales and digital marketing to reach consumers. This has also led to an increased focus on sustainability and social responsibility, as consumers have become more aware of the impact of their consumption habits on the environment and society. In response to the pandemic, many fashion brands have also shifted their focus to producing personal protective equipment and other essential items. This has demonstrated the industry's ability to adapt and respond to changing circumstances and prioritize social responsibility and community impact. Another trend that has emerged in the fashion industry is the focus on inclusivity and diversity. Brands are increasingly recognizing the importance of representing a diverse range of identities and body types in their marketing and product offerings. This includes expanding their size ranges, featuring models of different ethnicities, ages, and abilities, and promoting gender-neutral and unisex styles. Furthermore, many fashion brands are embracing the concept of slow fashion or conscious consumption, which prioritizes quality over quantity and encourages consumers to invest in timeless, high-quality pieces that will last longer. Slow fashion also emphasizes the importance of repairing and upcycling clothing items instead of discarding them, reducing waste and promoting sustainability. Moreover, the fashion industry is increasingly taking a more holistic approach to sustainability, recognizing that it is not just about reducing environmental impact but also promoting social and economic sustainability. This includes initiatives to support local communities, such as sourcing materials locally and working with local artisans and producers. Additionally, fashion brands are also adopting a circular economy approach to production, which involves designing products with the end of their life cycle in mind. This includes incorporating recycled materials into new products, as well as designing products that can be easily disassembled and recycled at the end of their life cycle. In terms of retail channels, brands are also exploring new ways to engage with customers and offer a more personalized and convenient experience. For example, some brands are using artificial intelligence and machine learning to offer personalized recommendations and styling advice to customers. Others are experimenting with augmented reality and virtual try-on technology to enhance the online shopping experience. With consumers becoming more conscious of the impact of their consumption habits on the environment and society, There has been an increasing demand for fashion brands to adopt sustainable and ethical practices. This includes using eco-friendly materials, reducing waste, and improving working conditions in the supply chain. Many fashion brands are responding to this demand by introducing sustainable and ethical practices into their operations. This includes using organic and recycled materials, implementing energy-efficient production processes, and improving transparency and traceability in their supply chains. Some brands are also investing in renewable energy sources, such as solar or wind power, to reduce their carbon footprint. Versace, the evolution of the Versace fashion brand and the challenges they have faced in the development of the brand. Versace is a luxury fashion brand that was founded in 1978 by Gianni Versace in Milan, Italy. The brand quickly became known for its bold and extravagant designs, which often featured bright colors, bold prints, and daring silhouettes. Over the years, the brand has grown into a global fashion empire, with a range of products that includes clothing, accessories, fragrances, and home furnishings. However, the road to success was not always easy for Versace. In the 1990s, the brand faced a number of challenges, including a decline in sales and negative publicity. In 1997, Gianni Versace was tragically killed outside his Miami Beach home, leaving the brand without its founder and creative force. The brand also faced financial difficulties, leading to the sale of a majority stake in the company to a private equity firm in 2000. Despite these challenges, Versace has managed to maintain its status as one of the world's most iconic fashion brands. The brand has continued to innovate and push boundaries in fashion, while also expanding into new markets and product categories. In 2018, Versace was acquired by luxury fashion group Capri Holdings, which also owns Michael Kors and Jimmy Choo. Under the leadership of Donatella Versace, Gianni Versace's sister and creative director, the brand has continued to thrive and evolve. Donatella has been credited with helping to revitalize the brand and infuse it with a new sense of energy and creativity. She has also championed diversity and inclusivity in the brand's advertising campaigns and runway shows, featuring models of different ethnicities, ages, and body types. Moreover, the brand has also embraced technology and digital channels to engage with consumers and expand its reach. Versace has launched a range of digital initiatives, such as its e-commerce platform and mobile app, to offer a more personalized and convenient shopping experience for customers. The brand has also leveraged social media and influencer marketing to promote its products and engage with its global audience. In terms of design, Versace has continued to innovate and push boundaries in fashion. The brand has collaborated with a range of artists and designers, including Kanye West and Supreme, to create unique and unexpected collections. It has also introduced new materials and production techniques, such as its Versace Chain Reaction sneaker, which features a mix of materials and textures and has become one of the brand's signature products. In recent years, Versace has also focused on sustainability and ethical practices in its operations. The brand has introduced a number of initiatives to reduce its environmental impact, such as using sustainable materials, reducing waste, and implementing energy-efficient production processes. Versace has also pledged to eliminate hazardous chemicals from its supply chain and to improve the transparency and traceability of its materials. Furthermore, the brand has also focused on promoting social sustainability and responsible business practices. Versace has introduced initiatives to improve the working conditions of the workers in its supply chain and to support local communities. The brand has also partnered with various organizations to promote social and environmental causes, such as the Elton John AIDS Foundation and the Green Carpet Fashion Awards. Despite these efforts, Versace has faced criticism over the years for its use of fur in its collections. In 2018, the brand announced that it would no longer use fur in its products, following pressure from animal rights groups and changing consumer attitudes towards animal welfare. In terms of retail channels, Versace has also embraced new technologies and retail models to offer a more personalized and convenient shopping experience for customers. The brand has introduced virtual reality technology to enhance the in-store experience, allowing customers to explore the brand's collections and products in a more immersive way. It has also introduced the Versace Home concept, which offers a range of home furnishings and accessories inspired by the brand's fashion collections. In addition to its focus on sustainability and ethical practices, Versace has also expanded its brand into new markets and product categories. The brand has opened stores in new locations, such as China and the Middle East, to tap into the growing demand for luxury fashion in these markets. It has also introduced new product categories, such as children's wear and home furnishings, to offer a wider range of products to its customers. Moreover, the brand has also continued to collaborate with other designers and brands to create unique and unexpected collections. In 2019, Versace partnered with the streetwear brand Kith to create a collection that combined Versace's iconic prints and patterns with Kith's urban aesthetic. The collection was a huge success and demonstrated the brand's ability to appeal to a new generation of fashion consumers. Furthermore, Versace has also expanded its digital presence to reach a wider audience and engage with its customers in new ways. The brand has launched a range of digital initiatives, such as its Versace Sound music platform, which features exclusive playlists curated by musicians and artists. It has also used social media and influencer marketing to promote its products and engage with its global audience. Despite these successes, Versace has also faced challenges in recent years. In 2019, the brand was criticized for a T-shirt that appeared to imply support for Hong Kong's pro-democracy protests, leading to calls for a boycott of the brand. The brand quickly apologized and removed the T-shirt from its collection, highlighting the importance of cultural sensitivity and social responsibility in today's globalized marketplace. Versace has also faced challenges in maintaining its brand identity and relevance in a fast-paced and constantly changing fashion industry. The brand has had to balance the need to stay true to its signature style and heritage with the need to remain relevant and appeal to new generations of consumers. One of the ways that Versace has addressed this challenge is through its collaborations with younger, up-and-coming designers and artists. In 2021, the brand partnered with British designer Craig Green to create a collection that combined Versace's iconic prints and patterns with Green's avant-garde designs. This collaboration not only brought a fresh perspective to the brand but also helped to appeal to a younger and more diverse audience. Additionally, Versace has also focused on expanding its range of products to appeal to a wider range of consumers. The brand has introduced more affordable lines, such as its Versace Jeans Couture and Versace Collection lines, which offer a more accessible price point than the main Versace brand. This has helped the brand to attract a broader customer base, while still maintaining its luxury image and status. Moreover, Versace is also focused on enhancing the customer experience through personalized services and experiences. The brand has introduced bespoke services, such as made-to-measure suits and custom wedding dresses, to offer a more personalized and exclusive experience for its high-end customers. It has also launched exclusive pop-up stores and collaborations with luxury hotels, such as the Palazzo Versace in Dubai, to offer a unique and immersive brand experience. Another challenge that Versace has faced is the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the fashion industry. The pandemic has disrupted supply chains, reduced consumer spending, and forced the cancellation of major fashion events and shows. In response, Versace has had to adapt its operations and strategies to navigate the unprecedented challenges posed by the pandemic. One of the ways that Versace has addressed the impact of the pandemic is by focusing on digital channels and e-commerce. The brand has ramped up its online presence and introduced new digital initiatives to offer a more convenient and accessible shopping experience for customers.